This is Mikey West. I'm here with Deborah West. And Deborah, you have a story of something that went terribly wrong one day?
Well, it was terribly wrong, but it wasn't. It was interesting, to say the least. Most people would consider it wrong, but I consider it interesting. I worked at a little zoo. It was a privately owned zoo. And he did have a lot of exotic animals, which part of my job was the care and feeding of different animals. And I had to cut up different fruits and vegetables for different diets for different animals. And we had some animals that would pass through going from our zoo onto another zoo. Larry would pick them up at a animal sale, one of the exotic animal sales in town, and they would actually be going, he'd be picking them up for a friend at another zoo. So we got this bencheron, which is a large looking raccoon, except it's not striped and gray, it's more brown and solid color and all.
About how big are they?
About twice the size of a big raccoon. Probably, I mean, his body would be like this big, and with his tail. I'd say maybe a medium-sized dog. And in the wild, they're very ravenous. They will, go after a lot of, they're good meat eaters, but they do like a lot of fruits and vegetables, which is what we raised them on. And we raised him on fruits and vegetables, so he was hand-raised and bottle-raised and all. Well, he was very excited one day because I had lots of good fruits and vegetables for him that day. Sometimes I didn't have a nice variety, but this day I had a very large variety of fruits and vegetables. And I was putting the food in his bowl, and as he come up, I would hand-feed him a little. Well, he got overly excited and really went for the food in my hand and actually bit my hand. I had a big gash in my wrist, and I was a little frightened, and so was he. He turned and ran back into his little den, and I wrapped my shirt around my arm and backed out of the enclosure. And once I got out and closed it, I was like, I pulled my shirt off to see how bad it was. And I saw the edges of my tendons. I knew immediately that my tendons were severed. I knew it was pretty bad. So then I wrapped up my hand again in my shirt, the edge of my shirt, and got to a non-public area and got one of the other employees over to help me. But it was pretty cool because I have a really nice scar now. I had surgery to repair the tendons. I had to go through physical therapy. And the doctor was really nice. He even took digital pictures of my surgery and sent them to me. Opened up email one day, and there's pictures of my hand all opened up where you can see all the insides of my hands, all the tendons and muscles and all that inside there. It was pretty cool. But most people would consider it pretty terrible, but I'm not your average person. But that's what happened to me back in 2001.
Okay. Thank you very much, Deborah.
You're welcome.